Hey there, Chris Stone here, and today I will be talking about Stonehenge. So, what is Stonehenge, you may ask? Well, Stonehenge is a post-lintel structured monument that was made out of stone during the Stone Age. It was located in the Salisbury Plain of Wiltshire, England, and was known for a lot of speculation on who created the piece and what purpose did it had. For this video, I will talk about the speculations and why people tend to be so fascinated when it comes to learning about this temple. So, who created Stonehenge? To explain the creation, Stonehenge was created between 3100 and 1600 BCE in multiple phases. The first version of the monument consists of a circular bank and a ditch that is made out of late Cretaceous, with the second version having a timber structure being built. The timber structure would have to be replaced with a stone structure, and thus the final version of the monument consisted of an outer circle made out of large sarsen stones and an inner circle that consisted of small blue stones. It was speculated that this henge has some wood structures in its early phases. However, the stones may have replaced the wood, and the structures that may have been used to build Stonehenge would be repurposed to its own monument named Woodhenge. On with the speculated creators of Stonehenge. According to 12th century writer Geoffrey of Monmouth, it was said that the Merlin were the ones who built Stonehenge. His claim was believed to be true by a lot of people for centuries and was treated as a fact. That is until archaeologist John Aubrey claimed that a group of Celtic priests named the Druids built Stonehenge. While John Aubrey was the creator of the Druid theory, his theory was popularized by William Stukeley. While his theory on the Druids building Stonehenge was believed and accepted by religious figures, recent studies showed that Stonehenge may have lived longer than the Druids and the Merlin. Maybe there could be Neolithic tribes that have contributed to the building of the monument, with the first set of ancestors doing the first stage while their descendants doing the rest. There are many interesting theories on who created Stonehenge, and I guess we may not have the definitive answer on who actually created it. However, we can accept that the Neolithic tribes could be the ones responsible for this monument. So, what purpose does Stonehenge have? Well, it was said that Stonehenge was built to be a cemetery where funerary rituals would take place. This could be the case since there is strong evidence that tends to support this claim. There are bones that were dug in this monument that could belong to the people who have died during the second phase of the construction of Stonehenge. This could lead to the beginning of the funerals that took place in this temple. It was said that Stonehenge could represent the deceased while Woodhenge represent the living. To explain this, when a person dies, their body would be taken to Stonehenge, with Woodhenge being the start of the journey. So, what about the other theories? Well, it was said that Stonehenge was made for healing purposes. The reason why this might be the case is because the blue stones were believed to have curative powers. When it comes to the Druid theory, it was said that Stonehenge was built for religious purposes, either pagan rituals or Christian biblical rituals. To this day, modern day Druids would gather around Stonehenge to do their religious rituals. Another theory suggests that Stonehenge was built to be an astronomical calendar. However, some people suggest that the builders of Stonehenge might not have known anything about astronomy. It is debated whether or not astronomical events like the eclipse could be predicted by the monument. So, that may be false. Just like with the theories on who created Stonehenge, the theories surrounding what purpose Stonehenge has will always be fascinating to look at, especially if one of these theories may turn out to be true. So, why do people appreciate Stonehenge? Ever since 1986, approximately 1 million people have come to visit this monument. So, why is that? Why do people seem to appreciate this mysterious monument? Well, I guess people seem to be fascinated with how Stonehenge was built and wonder who was responsible for it. They tend to speculate on its origins and come up with many theories that could explain its functions and purposes. However, there could be people who tend to appreciate this temple for historical purposes, since it was one of the oldest monuments I could ever think of when it comes to the Stone Age of Britain. Heck, there is an acquisition of this monument that was purchased by Celsey Chubb in 1915 for £6,600, since it was privately owned by King Harry VIII. When it comes to religion, people seem to find this place very sacred, since they perform rituals every summer or winter, just like how the Druids practiced back then. All in all, many people seem to like Stonehenge for different reasons, whether you're a historian, a religious person, or even somebody who likes to speculate. In conclusion, Stonehenge is one of the most fascinating pieces of Stone Age architecture I have ever talked about. It has some really interesting theories that have ever been discussed and speculated in the history of art. Even though we may never have a definitive answer on who is responsible for this monument and what its actual purpose was other than being a funeral, we can still appreciate this piece for its fascination and accept that theories like the Druid and Merlin theories are here to stay.